In the silence of the masjid, a question stirs in the heart of a seeker. What is the limit of the believer's completion? A simple question, but the answer holds a mystery, a promise of transformation, a path unseen by ordinary eyes. The Master, wise in his understanding, says, when the believer elevates to the degree of the doors, can you imagine that? Rising beyond hunger and thirst, beyond the earthly chains that bind us to this world. What would it mean to leave behind the weight of desire, to walk without need of food or drink, to exist, simply, purely? The Master continues, do they keep elevating higher and higher in degree, until they become like angels? Can you hear it? Angels, they say, free from the world, free from sorrow, able to ascend when they wish, to descend when they wish, with no bounds to their form, no need for sleep, no need for food, no need for anything but what is sacred, in any form they will. And so we ask, how does one become such a being? How does one rise to the doors? What does it take to elevate? Can we too transcend the ordinary? Can we too shed the weight of worldly concerns? To be free from the need to fill our bellies, free from the distractions that keep us from peace. Al-Mufaddal, curious and eager, presses further. He asks the Master, do they become angels in heaven? Do they leave earth forever? The Master's voice is gentle, like the rustle of leaves in the wind. No, they walk in human form, in the image of you and me, and you will not recognize them. Now imagine this, you're sitting in the masjid, you've just finished your prayers, and in walks a man. His clothes are worn, his steps are tired, he looks like a traveler, a soul seeking peace. He greets you with a simple peace be upon you. You respond, you see something in his eyes, a quiet strength, a serenity. He speaks softly, is there anyone who will host me tonight? Your heart, stirred by mercy, opens wide. You invite him, offering him a seat at your table. Food is prepared, the simple fare of porridge and meat. You sit, you eat, and yet something feels strange. The food, though eaten, is still there, untouched, unbroken. The loaves of bread, still whole, and fear creeps in. You look at him, the man you once saw is now different. His mustache, it's grown long, his face, it's not the same. What is this transformation? What is this mystery unfolding before you? What is this sign that you cannot yet understand? But then he speaks, his voice soft as a whisper in the wind. Do not be amazed, I am a believer like you, but I have reached and finished. And in that moment the truth begins to settle into your heart. The believer's completion, the elevation of the soul, is not bound by time, not bound by space, not bound by the body, but free to rise, free to fall, free to exist beyond the physical. The Master's words echo in your mind. The believer rises to heaven when they wish and descends to earth when they wish. Can you feel that? Freedom? The freedom of the soul that transcends all earthly bonds, that walks among us unseen yet knowing and pure, able to speak, able to guide, able to uplift. And then the stranger speaks again, his words filled with wisdom. If the believer reaches the degrees of completion, food and drink are lifted from him and he becomes an angel. Of the angels, a form of pure spirit free from the limits of the body. And the path to that elevation? It is through knowledge, through humility, through compassion. And so he leaves you with this counsel. You must have two qualities, exaggeration and knowledge. Exaggerate your devotion, exaggerate your love for the divine, and never let knowledge slip through your hands. Seek it with every breath, and through it find your path to peace. You must also be humble. When you meet your brothers and sisters, meet them with humility. Even those lesser than you in honor, wealth, or status, treat them with reverence. For this is the way of the believer, this is the path that leads to true freedom. And as the night draws to a close, the stranger departs, leaving you with his wisdom, leaving you with a sense of wonder, a sense of possibility. Could it be? Could you too walk this path? Could you too rise beyond the limits of this world? The answer, dear friend, is yours to discover, for the believer's journey is not one of separation, but of connection. Connection to the divine, connection to all that is good and pure, and with each step, with each breath, we too can rise.